Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will learn everything about Git and GitHub. Okay, so we will basically learn Git and GitHub in two different paths. The first path is where we'll start a project locally and then we'll push this project to GitHub. In the second path, we'll clone an existing GitHub repository and contribute to it, right? So we'll cover concepts like branches, tags, resets, and we'll learn how to handle merge conflicts, everything in simple language and with real life analogies. So let's consider a real life analogy here as a college project diary. So think of Git as your project diary. It records every changes you make, and think of GitHub as your online locker where you store, share, and collaborate on that diary. Okay. So with this quick background, let's start with the path one first of all. So here we will start off with creating a project locally, and then we will connect this project to GitHub, which is the remote repository. Okay. So the first step is to create the local folder, which is my college projects, and then we'll move to that particular directory, right? Once we are done with this, then we'll give this initialize git command, which is git init. This basically means that uh, you are initiating git tracking, or you are you are saying that git will start tracking this particular directory now, right? It will track for every changes. So in this analogy, this means that this starts your diary. Okay, so you start off with using your diary. So we'll go here. I've already created the folder, my college projects. I'm inside my college projects. So if we give this git init command, it says initialize empty git repository here, right? Now how do we know that the git tracking has started or this directory is initialized or git initialized? To check that, we can just give this command ls-h. So if you see this .git thing, after giving this command, it means that this directory has been initialized, right, as a git repository. So now let's clear it. Okay, so now we are good till this step. So now we'll add one file in our local folder, which is, so let's say this file is intro.txt. So this is a sample file. Just imagine this can be your Python file, or this can be any code, Java code, right? Or anything else. So here, first of all, we have created this file. Now let's add some text here. Okay, so this says my project begins. Okay, my project begins. So now this is good. So now we have created a directory. We have initialized the git. We have initialized the git. Get this git directory. Then we have added a file here, and now we can check the status. So if we give this command git status, this command tells you the current status of this directory, whatever changes are happening, whatever additions have been done. So if we give this command git status, here you see it says untracked files, right? It says, so as of now it has not been tracked. Okay, so to do that, we need to add this particular file to the staging area. So by staging area, basically this can be thought of as putting the work in the submission folder. We are not submitting it yet, we are just putting it in the submission folder. Now, this is basically staging in this context, right? So either we can give this git add and the file name, this command, or if we have a lot of files, let's say in a real project you can have a lot of files. So at that point, it's not feasible to give this command every time for each and every file. So we can just give git add dot. We could also have given git intro dot txt, since we have only one file here. But in a real scenario, let's say you have a lot of files, then it's better to give this git add dot command. So this basically, by this command, we are sending this file or the changes to the staging area or in the submission folder in this context. Okay. So now once we are done with this, if you check the status now it says on branch master, no commits yet, and then it says new file is this one, and changes to be committed. So now our changes are in the staging area. Now they are good to be committed, right? So committing is basically saving a version of your work. Like committing is basically saving a version of your file, code, or any work, right? So if we give this particular command git commit -m, which is a commit message, and I've given a message added introduction within code, so you can give any other text here. uh, just remember that this has to be meaningful. It's better if it's meaningful, so that it's easier to track whatever changes we did. So if we give the git commit -m and then some commit message, So if we give this, then it says one file changed, one insertion, right? So now if you give this git status command, now it says on branch master, nothing to commit, working pretty clean. So at this point, we have pushed the changes to the staging area. And now we have committed it. Committing means basically saving a version of the work which we have done. Okay. So now at this point, we need to create a repository on GitHub, right? So the repository name, let's say, can be my college projects. Okay. We have to, so you need to have a Git account here to create a repository. So click on new, give this name, my college projects. Everything is good. Okay, now we are good to create the repository. Okay, so here we have this particular URL, so you can copy it from here. And then we have to basically add this Git repository or remote repository. So whatever repository we have on GitHub, we call them as remote repository. So we have to add this remote repository in our local directory where we are working. So to do that, we have this command git remote add origin. So we'll say git remote add origin, and then we'll paste this. So we are just adding the remote repository which we created in our local directory. Okay, so once this is done, so now you can check the branch here by this git branch command. If you see, we are in the master branch right now. So the default branch in git is the master branch. Okay, but if you see here, there is no branch called as master on GitHub. This the name of the default branch is main. Okay, so either we can change the branch name, or we can create a new branch in our local Git repository, local Git directory, right? So let's rename it here. So we'll rename our master branch to main using this command. So now if you check, now we have renamed this master to main. Okay, now we are good to push whatever changes or whatever files we have in this local repository. So if we just give git push -u origin main, okay. So now we have pushed all the files, all the code, all the changes, whatever we did in this local directory to the GitHub repository which we created just now. If you just refresh this page, you will see intro.txt added introduction. Okay, and this has the text my project begins. So it was added 2 minutes ago, right? So at this point, we have this main branch where we have this txt file which we added just now from our local repository. So at this point, what did we do? So we created a local directory in our laptop. Then we initialized that directory using the git init command. Then we created some file, intro.txt file with some text. This can be anything. This can be any code, Python code, Java code, anything which you are working on. Once we added that, then we pushed this file to the staging area using git add command. Then we committed this file, which is basically saving a version of that file using git commit command. And then once we did that, then we also connected our local directory to the remote repository which we created on GitHub, right? Using the git remote add origin command, right? And then we renamed the master branch to the main branch, and then we just give the git push command to push whatever files, whatever changes we have done in the local directory to the remote GitHub repository, right, which we created on GitHub. Okay, so cool. So till this point, it is I think it is clear. So now at this point, your diary is saved in the online locker, which is GitHub, right? Now this locker or this repository you can share with your friends, to collaborate. You can ask them to collaborate with you, right? So let's say 5 people are working in a team, including you. So now you have created some code. Now you want to share that code with your friends, with your team members. So you can push it to GitHub and then you can share it. If you also want them to contribute or collaborate, then also you can push it to GitHub and then you can ask them to collaborate with you to add, remove, or improve your code, right? So now let's see how we can improve this collaboration, right? For example, let's say you have written a code and then you want your friends also to collaborate on that particular code, but you don't want to lose whatever you have done, right? So you want to create, use that as a baseline. So now you want to add some new features on top of that, but you want to save or retain this particular basic code which you have. So in that case you can go for creating branches, right? So to create a branch we'll use this command. So let's just say git checkout -b new feature. Okay, so at this point we have created a new branch. So if you give this command git branch, so the new branch is created and we are inside this new feature, right? So in this particular branch you can ask your team members to add some new features. Let's say you are creating a UI, so you want to add some more features like some more buttons, some more background images, some more functionalities without disturbing whatever you already created, which you have in your main branch. So you can create a new branch and you can ask the team members to push their codes in this particular branch. And then once you're satisfied with these changes or with these new additions, then you can merge this particular branch with your original main branch where you have your base code or the original code, right? So by doing this, you're basically avoiding any loss of code, any conflicts, right? So yeah, this is how you can use this branch feature, right? So now at this point we have created the branch, we have moved to this particular branch, right? So we have two branches right now, main and new feature, right? So you can also create delete a branch using this git branch -d new feature. So if you give this command, your branch will be deleted, right? So this branching is like photocopying your diary to test new ideas, right? This is what we discussed. So it's like photocopying your diary in this context to test new ideas. So now here, let's say we are in this particular branch, which is the new feature branch. So first of all, let's clear it. So now if we check git branch, so we are in the new feature branch. Okay. So now here, let's say we add a text. This is a new feature. Okay. Okay. So now we have added a new feature here. Okay. In the new feature branch. So let's just imagine this can be any button, new functionality added in your code, right? So this is a sample line which I'm giving. This is a new feature. Okay. So now at this point, we have an additional feature in the new feature branch. So, and also if you check here on the GitHub, you won't find any new branch as of now. Okay. Not even here, sorry, this is the correct repository. So you'll see no new branch added, only main branches here. Even if you refresh it, it will not show up right now. Okay. So now what do? We go here and then first of all, we get added to the staging area. Okay, now we get committed, basically we save it, right? So we'll say new feature. Okay, and now we get push -u origin new feature. Perfect. Okay, so now if you go here on the GitHub repository, if you refresh this page, still here, sorry, if you refresh this page, you'll find a new branch called as new feature branch. Okay, so now if you just see, if you open this file, this is the main branch which we created earlier. This has this one line, my project begins. Now if you go to the new feature branch, you'll see two lines over here which we added, which we pushed just now. Okay, okay, so now at this point we have two branches, and we have added a new feature in the new feature branch, and now we feel that this is a good feature and now we want to merge it to the main branch, right? So to do that, we'll have to merge these two branches. We have to merge this new feature branch back to the main branch. Okay, so let me just clear it. So if you check git branch, so we are in the new feature branch right now. So we have to just check out first of all. Get git checkout main. Okay, now if you see, star and is on the main branch, right? And this green color, right? It means we are in the main branch now. Now we want to merge this new feature branch back to the main branch. So there are two ways of doing it. One way is to do it from here, creating a pull request. If you go here, you can get a pull request, right? Uh, or you can do it from here and from the terminal. So if you go here, if you see create new pull request and you select the branch here, so it says we want to merge new feature to the main branch, and you can create a pull request, right? But we'll see how to do this from terminal. Okay, so we will just run this particular command, git merge new feature. By the way, you can also give this git diff command new feature. So if you see this main branches, you see the differences between the main branch and the new feature branch. Now if you just let me just clear it. Okay, now if you give this git merge new feature command, so first before that let's check where we are right now. So we are in the main branch right now. If we give this particular command, so now the merging has been completed. So we just need to push now with the latest changes here. So if you see, we are in the main branch now, and this file has come to the main branch also. So now we want to push everything there in the main branch. Okay. So now at this point, if you refresh this page, so if you see new feature, and we are in the main branch, and we see the new feature has been added here after merging it with the new feature branch. Okay. This is how we can create branches and merge it, right, with the main branch. Now let's say we want to um, uh, now we want to basically reset or undo the changes which we have done as of now. Okay, reset to undo, right? So there are multiple ways or at multiple stages you can do this undo, okay, or reset. So let's see them one by one. Okay, now at this point, let me just clear it. We are inside the main branch. Now at this point, let's say by mistake, we delete this new feature. Okay, we delete this new feature, and we also by mistake, we performed this add command here. Basically, we have moved it to the staging area. And now if you see git status, it says modified and changes to be committed. Now this is already in the staging area, but we realize that we did not want to delete this new feature. So now what do? We have to undo this thing. We have to remove this from the staging area. Just focus on this line that says changes to be committed, right? This line is important. Now it says that our change is in the staging area and now we are good to commit it. But now suddenly we realize that we did not want to remove this new feature, right? So to undo this particular change, we can give this git reset command, right? Git reset. Now, either we can give a file name. Here we have only one file to perform this reset or undo. But let's say you have a lot of files. Let's say we have 50 files and more, like a lot of files. Then it's difficult to give these this reset command one by one for every file. So we can just give the git reset command at once instead of giving any file name, right? So if you now just focus on this line changes to be committed, and now we are giving git reset. It says unstaged changes after reset. Okay, now let's check the status command. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so earlier we had changes to be committed. Okay, so by mistake we deleted a new feature, then we also by mistake added to the staging area, but now we realized that we wanted that feature, so we have run the git reset command to undo this change, or to basically revert back the changes which we have done. So now if you see with this git status command, it says change is not staged for commit. Okay, so we have removed this change from the staging area. So this is first level of undo or reset, right? Now let's say that basically we have not only done this git add, but we have also committed it. So let's say let's do this git add. Now let's see this thing. So it says changes to be committed, and by mistake somehow we have also committed it, saying that new feature removed. Okay. Okay, now we have also committed it, not only added it. If you see, it says nothing to commit, working tree cleans. It means that from staging, not only we added this change to the staging area, but we also saved that. We also committed that. But now suddenly we realize that we did not want to remove that particular feature. So what do we do now, right? We have to revert back, right? So for that, we can do a reset. Okay. So using this reset command, git reset and this head command, we can revert back that particular modification which we have done. Okay, so let's first of all run this command. So if you see, it says unstaged changes after reset, and now if you see git status command, it says changes not staged for commit. So we came two step back. We reverted first of all the commit part, the commit command. We also reverted the git add command, right? So using this git reset head. So reset is for resetting or undoing the modifications. This head is basically the last commit which we have done. Okay, so head is basically the last commit. Okay, and one means that we are going one step back from that particular last commit. So we are going to the second last commit, right? We are going back to the second last commit. Okay, you can also check it using this git log command, whatever commits we have done. Okay, so new feature, this is the latest one, right? And then added introduction was the first one, new features so it went back to the new feature. Remember, the last commit which we did was new feature removed, right? But instead of showing that as the last commit here in the log, it shows the new feature. It means it reverted back completely to the last commit, right? Before the last commit, um, so this is how you can undo this. But now if you see here, it still does not revert back the text which we added, which we removed from here, right? Or the future feature which we removed from here, or the line of code which we removed from here, correct? So to do that, we have another thing where we undo, commit, and remove the changes also. Okay. So now let's say if we run this command. Okay. So head is now at this point. Okay. So we have completely removed that line. Okay. So now first of all, let's see one thing. So now let's add one thing, new feature. Okay, new feature, git add, git commit -m, new feature. Okay, now at this point we have added a new feature. Okay, so but now we realize, just think of another scenario where we realize that this feature was not required. Okay, and we want to revert back completely. So to do that, we can run this. Let's run this command. See, it not only reverted back the changes, but it also removed the code or the line from here, from the file, right? So this is what this hard command can do. So using just the this reset head command, you can undo the commit, but it will keep the changes, okay, in your code. But if you give this hard, basically this parameter, this does not only undo the commit, but it also removes the changes, right? So this was all about reset. So now there's something called as tag also. The tag is basically to bookmark the versions, right? So just imagine tags as like just a pointer to a commit. So we have two types of tags basically. One is a lightweight tag. Second one is the annotated tag. Okay. So the lightweight tag is just like a pointer to a commit, just like a simple bookmark. So there's no extra info like message, tagger, or date. Okay. So we can just add this one. For example, let's say we go here, we add git tag. Okay, so now but we need to push this one. okay, to see in the repository. Okay, if you go here, if you just refresh this, and let's say we go here, you'll see one tag added here. V1.1 we added, right? 1.0 we added, right? Now there's another type of tag which is called as the annotated tag. So this is kindly like mostly used for releases. So it includes tag name, message creator, etc. You can just give this command git tag -a v1 -m, any basically tag message or any commit message you want to give here, right? This basically adds a proper label and description to the commit. This is just like for bookmarking, right? Then there's also something called as resolve merge conflicts. Okay, so let's say two teams are working on the same file, and both the teams, team A and team B, edit the same file, right, on different branches. So while merging, it will show uh, so Git will show a merge conflict. Okay, so to handle that scenario, we have to basically go to the file, look at the changes, look at the conflicts, and then we have to manually remove those conflicts, and then we can again do that commit and push, right? So this is for resolving the merge conflicts. Okay, so why merge conflict happens? Because let's say two teams edit the same line, same file, okay, same file. Okay, so due to which merge conflicts can happen. Now the second path is, so we have seen the first path where we created a local repository and connected it to GitHub. Okay, the second path is where we clone an existing GitHub repo. Okay, so let's say we have a repo called as this awesome repo. Let's go here. And then let's go to repositories, create a new one, awesome repository. Okay, and we create it. Okay, so now here let's clear it. Okay, so now we can just clone this one. Let's select this, git clone. Okay, so we have cloned the awesome repository. This is empty right now. Okay, now we need to go inside this one. Let's say we go inside awesome repository. It is empty, no file is there as of now. Okay, so let's say we create a reports.txt file here inside this awesome repository. Okay, one second. The name report is not a valid as a file or folder name. Please choose a different name. Okay, one second. Let's try this one. Okay, so maybe some mistake, I was doing some mistake. So now we have this file, updated section, report.txt. Now what we have done, we have created a repository first in the GitHub, right? We created this awesome repository first, then we cloned it using git clone command. So git clone command we used to clone it. Okay, cloning basically means just creating a copy of whatever was there in the GitHub repository. We added a file report.txt. Then we will do the same. We'll continue the same set of commands. We'll first of all add the file to the staging area, and then we'll commit it. Git commit -m. Let's copy the message. Updated report. Updated report. And now we are good to push it back. Okay. Okay, so now here we go. We have pushed the file here on the repository. If you see report.txt updated section, okay. And then you can again follow the same set of steps where you can create a branch. You can create a branch here. Let's say we create a branch, improved layout. Okay. Now we give git branch. We see two branches, improve layout branch, and in the layout branch we can maybe add um, you know new feature. Let's say some new feature, and then we again git add, git commit, and git push. So we say git add, git commit, new feature, and then we give git push hyphen u, git push hyphen okay, um, origin, and we are pushing it to the improved layout branch. Okay, so if you check here, you will find a new sorry, not here. If you check here, you will find a new branch named as improved layout. If you go here, we have the new feature branch, right? And now at this point we have created a new branch again, and then okay, we have made some changes here. Now let's see how do we do this merge thing from here. Okay, let's create a new pull request. So we'll merge the improved layout with the main branch. So we'll create a pull request, create pull request, and now it says no conflicts with base branch. So now we will complete the this merge request. Okay, confirm merge. So now if you go here, if you see, if you open this file, so right now let's say we are in, so the feature which we added was in the improved layout where we said new feature called new feature was added, and then we merged this new feature with the main branch. If you go to the main branch, we'll see this new feature added again here also after doing this merge. Okay, so now that was all for this video. In this video, we have seen the entire Git flow, the entire Git, all the concepts from Git and GitHub. We have seen how, you know, basically how to start a project locally and push it to GitHub. And we also seen how to clone an existing GitHub repository and contribute to it. We have seen what is branch, what is tag, what is reset, what is more, how to handle merge conflicts. We also seen different types of tags, right? So and we have seen all of this in simple language using some real life analogies. Okay, so this was it for this video. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel, share the video with your video with your friends so that maximum people can benefit from this. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel. I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, thank you.